I don't think you could find an easier formula to change your life than my see, care, do formula. And it's really as simple as it sounds. I believe most people are inherently good. I think people are generally nice people. But the problem is that they are unconscious. They are so unconscious to what is happening in the real world and around them that they miss a lot. They miss opportunities. An opportunity will only hang around so long, and then it will turn itself into a problem. And unfortunately, I believe people are so busy avoiding problems. It's almost like they've got their heads down, and they're either looking at their cell phones, or they're looking at magazines or books or movies or YouTube clips or something, and the world is literally just going past them. A lot of success have come to a lot of people because they saw a need that people had, or they saw an opportunity that arose. Most people don't. Most people only see problems. They only see the negative things, if they see anything at all. So when I was sitting in the licensing department and some young man was being verbally attacked, I saw it. Now, there were dozens of people sitting around me. Most of them didn't even see it. Most of them were too busy on their phones or filling in their forms or talking to each other or complaining. But a few of us actually saw. Now, that's your first step. See what is actually happening. See the opportunities. Once you've seen, your next step is to actually care about what you've just seen. Now, nobody can teach you how to care. Caring is not a course that you go on. It's something that you feel in your heart. And if you are a decent, good human being, you will care when you see something that doesn't fit. When you see somebody being bullied, when you see somebody being attacked, when you see somebody being treated unfairly. If you have any ounce of goodness inside of you, you have to care. You have to think, well, that's not right, or that is right, or I enjoy what I saw, or that was good, or what you did was helpful, or what you did was kind. You see, that's the other side of it. The other side of it is not only seeing opportunities and seeing things that are not working, but if you're able to see things that are working, to see things that are right, that is when you can care about that as well. So your first step is pretty simple. You have to see. You have to become more conscious and aware. Lift your head. Stop being on the phone. Stop listening to the radio when you're driving in the car. Stop texting when you're driving in the car. Stop putting your makeup on when you're driving in the car. Drive the car and be aware of your surroundings. When you're at work, be aware of your surroundings. Notice what you're doing. Listen to the customer. See what they need. Just pay attention. I can't tell you how important this one step is if we just have to wake up now. Once you have woken up and you see, another instinct will kick in, and that is your ability to care. Nobody cares about bad service until it affects them. Nobody cares about crime until it affects them. But you cannot just avoid crime and put your head in the ground. You can't just avoid the bad service at your company, because guess what? When they start retrenching, or when the criminals come knocking down your door, you'll notice it then, and then it will be too late. So, first of all, you must see it. Then you must care enough to take step number 3, and that is do something about it. And there's always something we can do. There is always something that can be done. The question is just this: do you care enough to do anything about it? So is something not working in your life right now? Do you care enough to fix it? Do you really? Are you worth getting out of bed for in the morning? One of the best one-liners I heard. You lie there and say, am I good enough to get out of bed for? Because if you don't believe that you are worth getting out of bed for, how on earth is anybody else going to get out of bed for you? You have to care enough about yourself. You have to care enough about your family. You care enough to actually see them, to notice them, to look at them, to experience these people. If you can see what's happening to your kids, if you can experience and know what's happening to your family, that will allow you to care. But the only way that you're going to care about your family is if you take the time to notice and to see and to concentrate and to be aware and awake of what is happening in your family. Then, once you have those two, what you do about it, well, that's up to you. But as long as you do something. Now I know there's a lot of people saying, yeah, but what about the people who do see? but they just don't care. Unfortunately, the world is full of those people. There are so many people who just do not give a crap. But I believe that's the great opportunity. Whenever somebody doesn't care, there's an opportunity for somebody who does. So the person who doesn't care about that client will lose that client to somebody who does care about that client. You see, when you don't care about your partner, when you don't care about your wife, when you don't care about your kids, I promise you, they will put up with that for as long as they need to. And then one day they will move off. Why? Because people want people who care. That's it. I could give you thousands of examples. I'm sure you've got a few. See, care, do. I hope this visual representation has been easier than reading it, and I'll put it onto a voice thing, a podcast as well, so you can use it. I don't know which one works, but I don't care which one works, whether you read it, whether you watch it, or whether you listen to it. As long as you take the simple message, see, care, do.